This is the CHRILLCAST. I'm Chris.
And I'm Will.
And I'm shouting for some reason.
Because you're so pumped.
I am pumped because we have Same Token coming on the podcast later this week. For an interview and to talk about Marathon.
Marathon. Yeah,
and Pathways into Darkness.
Not the game.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to run 26.3 miles. Yeah, right. This guy ain't running.
I ran half a marathon once. That was awful.
That guy might run. This guy ain't running. So today is what, Will?
It is a Manic Monday.
And our guest today is... Oh, wait. We don't have a guest. No.
Oh, yeah. No one likes us.
So I'm going to plug the CHRILLCAST. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. As OEB Pete told me, it does work when we say that. So hopefully y'all didn't click off this video after I said that and spent a good minute describing what's going on today. So our main topic is going to be that Halo Infinite is still all the Halo Infinite updates. I'm just going to call it the Halo Infinite update video.
Oh, yeah.
And our two quick topics, first one being next-gen consoles, Xbox Series X and the PS5 have been released. And there are tons of videos about them, including the ones that Billy, Will, and Timmy did last week.
Yes.
Without me. 2 weeks without Chris. Has that ever happened?
No. My thoughts have not changed on this because I don't have one yet.
Wait a second. I'm back, guys. I should have started with that. What's wrong with me? Should we just start this video over?
Nah, no one cares.
Okay. If anyone's wondering, my newborn, my daughter, born without any issues, any complications. My wife and my baby are both very healthy, and my
12 fingers, 12 toes.
And my two boys are adapting well to my baby daughter. So,
congratulations, man.
Thank you very much.
Chris is making a village.
So not only did we get new consoles, got a new baby.
Which one's more important? We'll let you decide.
So the PS5 and the Xbox Series X and S have both been released, and people are reviewing them like crazy, and so far they look really cool, but there's really no games that have prompted me to go buy one.
Nope. I will say that although everyone's going to already know this information because it's coming out this week when we're recording, apparently the Xbox Series X is running the older games faster than the PlayStation 5. So the cross-generation games, they can be played on both. Apparently the Xbox Series X is slightly faster.
Not surprised. I mean, if it was slower, how would you feel if it was slower, though?
Well, they were saying that the way that the SSD is read in the PS5 would make up the difference of the teraflops. But, I mean, at least for the games that are out right now, that is not true. Makes
sense.
Yeah.
I mean when you claim it's the most powerful, console,
it better be.
If you're wrong, you're in trouble. All right, so the next thing. Nintendo Switch has surpassed the NES in lifetime sales, 68.3 million. Let's see, I'm going to put up the Nintendo Switch reveal trailer. There's another thing that I forgot to put on this list is that Nintendo has decided to port/slightly remake a Fire Emblem game for $6 for the Switch, which to me was the most bizarre reveal they've had in a long time. And I'll put that up on the screen here. It's actually... so. Quick discussion on that. I promise it'll be quick, Will. It's the original Fire Emblem. Let's see. Fire Emblem. What is it?
Doesn't that
Dark
game
Dragon.
Have a remake?
The Sword of Light. This... oh, that's not it. Let's get the Switch version. I'm going to get it, all right? I'm just telling you right now. I'm going to get this, but I'm a little underwhelmed. I will say that. Where is this? Really?
It doesn't actually exist. It was a figment of your imagination.
Let's see, Nintendo.
It was one of those limited releases, so it was only out for a week.
No, it's not one of those either.
I think it is limited though.
It literally just came out. Where is this? No, there's a limited edition of it, yeah. But where is this video? Did I imagine all this?
You must have, yes.
Anyways, let's see, Fire Emblem. Let me find it. Nintendo. I suck. I said 2 minutes. It's going to take way longer. Nintendo Switch.
You're killing
Fire Emblem reveal. Nope, that's 3 houses. 3 houses. There it is. Finally. Found it. All right. So for those of you that don't know, there were a whole bunch of Fire Emblem games that released on Japanese only consoles for the Fire Emblem franchise for the first about decade of the Fire Emblem's existence. It wasn't until the Game Boy Advance version of Fire Emblem Blazing Sword that we got a Fire Emblem game in the West, and that was after Super Smash Bros. Came out. So this game, Dark Dragon and the Sword of Light, was originally a Japanese only version, and they're making a point of it right here because Marth's in it. But here's the thing. Nintendo already did this. They put it on the DS. I have it. Shadow Dragon. It's not superior to the original game other than maybe graphically, but it lost a lot of the character, and true, it's not a true port of the original, but we already have this story available to us. What we don't have is the second half, where you had Mystery of the Emblem, which is Fire Emblem 3. We don't have the second part of this story. So we had Shadow Dragon, which is Dark Dragon and the Mystery of Light on Sword of Light on the DS, and that was a remake of this game. So we already had it in English as a remake. We just didn't have the original. And we never got the second half of this story, which was released in Fire Emblem Mystery of the Emblem, which is Fire Emblem 3 on the Super Nintendo or Super Famicom, depending on which region you live in. So I don't really understand why they did this. Why don't you give us Mystery of the Emblem, both halves of it, for the SNES in English, since all the fans have already done the translation for you, and do that instead? But no, they're going to give us the NES version of the original game, which has already been remade in English as Shadow Dragon on the DS. So, whatever, Nintendo.
It's Nintendo. They just do what they want.
And it's going to sell like hotcakes for $6.
Everything to make sells like hotcakes.
I don't know. Like I said, I'm going to end up buying this, and I'm kind of ready to beat myself over the head for doing it, but I'm going to. But whatever. Nintendo's a Nintendo, and they're doing this. So it makes sense. They passed the NES in lifetime sales, so they re-released an NES game in America.
Nice.
All right, so our main topic, Halo Infinite, the roundup of news. All right, so here's my quick things, and then Will can jump into it because he's probably got a lot of thoughts, emotions, and feelings, and trying to think of another word for feelings that I can throw in there.
Just go on.
So Halo Infinite is still projected and reported as coming out in 2021, which has been assured by Microsoft and 343. Phil Spencer is currently discussing releasing the campaign and multiplayer separately, which has resulted in a lot of complaints and people really nervous about the game. That's more of a rumor and also a Phil Spencer throwing an idea in the air and seeing what people say, I think.
Yeah. Being an exec, basically.
Yeah, and then Halo Infinite is rumored to be content complete as far as campaign storyline and multiplayer. Basically, all the resources of the game are supposedly content complete. And that's a rumor that's been out there for a while, but some people have tried to confirm it unofficially online under Twitter and various other platforms of social media. And then the last little thing is that Chris Lee left 343, but that's kind of old news by now. So, what are your current thoughts about Halo Infinite, given all that?
I am cautiously optimistic on this. So I think it's been content complete probably for a while, and I mean, I don't think they're going to be adding much to the game. It was supposed to come out next week, or I guess last week, and I mean, they were going to hit that date, so I think that they probably had most of the game complete, if not completely complete. And then what they're doing now is optimizing it, where they're making sure like the clouds don't pop in and the AI don't have weird pathways like the ship AI. And that probably didn't take a whole lot longer. And they're probably also taking this extra time to do some extra polishing, add a little bit extra detail to the armor, add in some new skins so for the free-to-play multiplayer, things like that. And so I think that for sure it'll come out in the spring. I don't see why they would delay it any longer than that. As far as Chris Lee leaving, I don't think that is going to have a huge impact, just because the game should essentially already be done. And it might have already been the plan for him to leave as soon as the game launched originally.
Like as in he had another thing ready to go right before.
Yeah. But they also, because they pushed the game, you can also read it a different way. So because they pushed the game, it didn't launch in the window it was supposed to. As soon as they hired Joseph Staten in, and that, I can't remember the guy who does the multiplayer, Chris Lee essentially got sidelined. And that happened in August, I believe. So it's been several months now where he actually hasn't been doing anything. And I mean, I think Joseph Staten is a great guy, and I really enjoy the original Bungie games. So if there is still stuff to complete, I'm happy with Joseph Staten taking the reins on that. Um, I'm still very optimistic about the game. I like the new vision that they're going with as far as the semi-open world, the art style that's a blending of old and new. I really like the new music.
It
I
sounds
just want the
great.
game now. Yeah, I mean, I would take the game now. So I don't think it's in as rough a shape as people are worried about. And I also would stop being so worried about the skins for now, because in that original post they make it seem that you can customize your character a lot more than before. So it's not just like the colors are locked off, but you have like, instead of just color, it's color, the actual material it's made out of, the scars and damage and wear and tear and stuff like that on each individual armor piece. So it's not like, oh, I have to purchase purple, but because it's a cookie promotion. What they're saying is that you can have one purple chest piece, and then you can have like a blue arm piece that has like fire damage or plasma damage, and then you can have like a leg armor that, again, it's like gold or something. And like all the mega construct leaks make like line up with that, because they all have like weird color combinations where like one Spartan will have a red arm but the rest of the body looks like Master Chief, and things like that. So I think that's where they're going with it, and that actually sounds really cool. Obviously, some items you'll have to purchase because it can be free to play now. But overall, I think that they probably are going to be cautious about that and have most things at least be unlockable at some point, or it's like the promotion only lasts like a month, and then after that you can unlock it, something like that.
See, I still don't like the idea of the Halo multiplayer being free to play.
Yeah, I'm very worried about it just because I'm worried about it going like the Fortnite route, where it's super popular, but I hate it. Um, but also you can make the argument like, well, then there's gonna be so many people playing, and you'll never have to worry about getting into big teams ever again, or into zombies, not zombies, but into infected, and then or invasion, because I think they're bringing back invasion, um, or Warzone. You'll have no problem finding people because there's so many people playing now. So I can see the benefit. I am worried about it going to Fortnite and suddenly you're not playing with Spartans anymore, but you'll have like Master Chief with a pumpkin head. I'm a little worried about that. I mean, as cool as that sounds, it really does completely disrupt the way the game looks.
I wouldn't mind seeing some like actual flood AI, or not flood AI, flood multiplayer. You could play as the flood, have
Hmm.
those kinds of things. I don't know. Free to play to me cheapens the experience a little bit, and I
Yeah,
don't.
it makes it free.
What they should do, and here's my opinion, is, and they should have done this already, was with the Xbox Series X and S launch, everybody should have gotten an invitation to open beta multiplayer,
Yep.
and then release the full game, fixing all the bugs you found in the open beta.
Hmm.
That's what they should have done. The reason I think they didn't do that, and this is just speculation on my part, is because if you did that, you would lock out all the Xbox One users who are planning to buy Halo Infinite, and you would segment the population of Halo players. And because there's not enough consoles available of the next generation, you would be limiting the experience to only people who either got a bot pre-order in or paid somebody for for their scamming you with scalping.
Hmm.
And I think if they had had more units available on launch, they might have done the beta.
And just in case, because this is going to come a week after launch, just in case they shadow drop a multiplayer beta, uh, I'll put in the multiplayer beta is awesome. Yeah.
What they need to do now is, if they do release some kind of multiplayer beta, they need to make it available to Xbox One users, PC
Yep.
users, and Xbox Series X users, and Xbox Series S users, all of them. Everybody that's going to get Halo Infinite needs an ability to play the beta. Now, if you want to
even if
limit,
it's like a time exclusive, so like the first week it's only on the new consoles, and then following that, that's Xbox One new consoles, and then PC and new consoles.
yeah, however you got to do it, but everybody needs to have an ability to look at it and play it. On the other hand, I still think that shipping them separately officially is a mistake.
Yes.
But
yeah, because Halo is the campaign and the multiplayer as one package. That's how it's always been. And when you separate it, you ruin the experience, because I'm never going to go into it and like I want to play the multiplayer first, and I also would only want to play the multiplayer. So like I like playing the campaign first. I like getting down the mechanics, and then I'll jump into the multiplayer, and then I'll go back to the campaign. I like doing that back and forth. I don't like only playing campaign. I don't like only playing multiplayer.
Exactly. So my final thought on that would be, if you're going to release it separately like that, they should have the pre-order for the campaign built into the same app. Don't make them two separate apps. Make it like one big product, one big package, and then have like one be the campaign, and like you had the menu previously, but have it be like two packages in the same window, and like, hey, this is the multiplayer, click on it, and then if you don't want to do multiplayer, you can go to the campaign and have that be like a purchase screen right there, because I never want them separate. I want them all in the same package. And it would entice more people to buy the campaign if they have the multiplayer already.
Yep.
So if you're going to do it that way, one package, guys. I know that it's like completely counterintuitive to what everybody else is doing, but Halo belongs together.
Halo belongs to us.
The community.
Yes.
And then the last thing, is there any reason to doubt that it's content complete? I can't think of any reason.
I mean, yeah, there's obviously reasons to be worried. They didn't hit their launch window. The thing that's happening around the world right now, delaying it. There's clearly been a shakeup with their senior staff. They've lost 3 senior members. And that campaign demo, I've gone back and looked at it. Like, it's great. I really enjoy the way it looked, and I liked how it played. But I can see what people were complaining about, and they should have anticipated that and not put out a buggy mess. Either they, have it where it's kind of a fake demo, like they've done in the past with Halo, or, they needed the polish. That pop-in was unacceptable for a reveal, like a couple months before the launch, like without like any kind of disclaimer on the bottom, like this is alpha footage or something. That was a mistake. If they just put that one little thing, like this is alpha footage or beta footage or something, no one would have complained, and everyone would have been still pumped about the release.
I agree. And the other half of that is the gameplay mechanics looked very tight. So like there wasn't a whole lot to complain about except for graphics and the processing of the graphics themselves. So anyways, that's all I got.
That's it. That's all I got too.
As always, I'm Chris.
And I'm Will.
And you're going to see this guy at the bottom of the screen later this week.
Yep.
And we will see you
on the next CHRILLCAST. Bye, guys.